See, guys, we all talk about what is web server, web client. Can anyone tell me what is web client and web server? Can anyone tell me what is web server and web client? We discussed earlier. Unmute yourself.
Sir, web server nothing but our
Hello.
web
Yeah,
application
please.
and web client nothing but user.
Okay. Yeah, Anjali.
When we on browser, when hitting any request, that on like computer or mobile, that is a web client.
Super.
And when we getting resource from the database, and that is a server.
Okay, great. See, now I'm going to talk about one concept. See, assume this is your web server, right? A server where containing a web application. You all understand my point? This is my web application. Okay, the top one is server. So in this server, okay, I am deploying a web application. Assume eStore project. eStore project. We all know eStore project, what are all the modules are available. In the previous session, we discussed, right? We all know previous session, we know what are all the projects will be available. Assume a client making a request to the server to the eStore project. Okay, a server making a request. When a server make a request, this will be called it as a client HTTP request. Do you all understand? We already discussed this HTTP request. Okay, when an HTTP request comes to the eStore project, how this eStore project going to process this request? What will happen is, whenever you make a request, the request will be detected by a middleware. Every request will be detected by who? Who is going to detect your request?
Middleware.
Who is going to make a create eStore project? Who is the one who actually detecting your request?
Middlewares.
Middleware. Which we discussed yesterday, right?
Yes.
Right. Middleware. Right? So once the middleware is detected the request, what is the purpose the middleware we created? What is the purpose of middleware?
Validating request.
Logic, to write a logic into the middleware.
Okay.
We can make an individual request and response calls. Then which one is the validator we need to validate from the middleware?
Yeah, also validated.
Absolutely correct. Assume I'm looking for list of products as a request. My request is list of products. I want to see in browser web client list of products I require. So what happened is that request will come to the middleware. From the middleware, I will create a controller. You understand my point? I am creating a controller. Listen this one carefully. This is most important topic. I'm creating a controller. I am creating a product controller. Product controller. Understand my point? So which controller I am creating? Product controller. So that the middleware will pass the request to the controller. Controller will process the request, send the response back. That response middleware give it to the client. Or you got my point? You understand my point? Whenever you make a request of list of product, that list of product will go and hit the middleware. That middleware will connect to the product controller. That product controller will process the request. In the product controller, you can have a number of actions. What will be there here in the product controller?
Getters.
Action methods. What is the action method?
Get.
List the product. What is the second action method? Get product by ID. Get product by ID. Okay, like that, you will have list of products. Now you tell me, what are all the methods I can have in the product controller? Basically, you want to make a product controller. What are all the methods will be there?
We need to
First
get
one is list products. When I say list products, it will return all the products. Understand my point? When I say list product, it will return all the products. Okay, the second one is get product by ID. That is the method name you need to create. Okay, so that people can easily understand. So the third one is create product. I can create a new product. Fourth one is update product. Or you can say edit product by ID. Fifth one is update product. Update product by ID or update product. Always you need to have an update product by ID. Sixth one is delete product. These are all the basic methods any controller will hold. Why I am doing all these 6 methods? Anyone can explain? What is the
So
purpose
this is
of
crude operations.
CRUD operation? This will be called it as a CRUD operation. Understand my point?
Yes,
Everybody clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sir, action update will be same, na?
Come again?
Update product by ID and edit product by ID.
Yeah, I'm coming. Edit basically to get the list of product. Get the product by ID. Okay. This one and this one is same. Anybody who access this particular method outside some other project, they can use get product. Here edit means I'm editing the product. Okay. Here I'm going to update the product. Update the product by ID. Understand my point?
Yes.
So these are all the methods need to be available. To create these methods, listen carefully. To create these methods, we need to create a action method in product controllers class because product controller is a class. Product controller is a class derived by MVC dot controller namespace inbuilt in project. Namespace inbuilt in project. Okay, you all got the point? What is controller?
Controller is a class which is basically parent controller by MVC.controller, whichever created controller which is coming from the base namespace of controller. Correct, sir? That's
Absolutely correct. You are right. Now let's go and create the controller. Go to Visual Studio. Open eStore Admin Management project, which we created yesterday. say I'm right now removing these things. Okay, I'm removing my everything, all the middleware. I want to restructure this project. I removed the middlewares. Now, step one. First, what I need to do? What is my step one I have to do? Can anyone tell me?
Sir, add controller.
Create a controller. First one, this steps to create a
And methods.
controller. First step, we need to create a folder. We need to create a folder name controllers. That is your first step. In empty project, you need to create like this. Okay, so just go here, go to Solution Explorer, try to create a add new folder controllers. You see, there is a controllers I created. I created a controllers or not? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Now click on the folder,
Yes.
select the folder, right click, add controller. Now when you create a controller like this scaffold template will come. Just click MVC empty, add. The moment you click on add, you will get a template like this, and it will create a home controller. So what is the controller name I need?
Product controller.
Product controller. Product controller. Now see, I had a product controller created or not?
Yes, sir, it's created.
Where it is coming from? From which class it is, which namespace it is coming?
ASP.NET Core MVC.
So it was derived from the namespace ASP.NET Core
MVC.
MVC. Now let add in the here. Fine. Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Okay, sir.
second point. We need to select controllers folder and try to create a product controller. Product controller. I'm done. Now, third point. To execute any operation, we require what?
Action methods. Action methods.
What? Action methods decorated by roots. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Because every action method is mapped with the corresponding URL. Every action method mapped with corresponding URL. Let's take an example. You want to go to Hyderabad to Vijayawada. Okay. If you go to a bus stand, will you get only a particular bus or a number of route containing buses?
Different locations buses we have available, sir, in bus stand.
How are you going to determine this is the bus I want? Every bus has a unique number, right?
Correct.
With that number, you can understand, or with the board, you can understand this bus will go to Vijayawada. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now tell me, bus stand is a controller or not?
It's a controller.
Come again.
Controller.
I want everyone to speak. Will the bus stand is a controller or not? Practically on a day-to-day life. And then every bus which is coming and going is an action method.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
As a user, as a client, will you go and choose a particular route?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
in the bus stand,
Yes, sir.
which is similar to that controller and action method. You create a controller, you say bus number 1, you say bus number 2, you say bus number 3. How many buses I have here? The first bus is list product. First bus is what? List product. I say here string. Okay. In the return, I'm going to say list of products. I'm not doing anything. Okay, just listen here. Simply, very easy to understand. My intention is to map. Okay. First bus I got. What is my second bus? Tell me, please.
Get product by ID.
Next bus is get product by ID. Can I take this bus? Now, which bus you want first by default?
List of all.
One more is create product. I'm going to have, so how many routes I have here in the action method?
As of now, 3.
As of now,
3.
3 action methods. Now, when a client make a request, to the controller, will he going to access all the methods or he is going to access only one particular method?
One per time. One per request.
One per
Request.
So when you make a one per request in the middleware, you need to map this, you need to register this controller or not.
Yes.
Yes.
Then only the request can be detect the controller. See, now if you go and run, you won't go get this. Why? Because it doesn't know which controller the request should be mapped. So first you need to do is what?
We need to configure controller in middleware.
We need to register.
Okay, sir.
We need to register the user-defined controller in the middleware containing builder service. Middleware containing builder dot services. Understand my point? So what do you need to do? What is the purpose of registering the builder service? Why do we
Because
need
it
to
will be
register?
Sir,
main method.
because of only request and receiving only for inside of middle.
See, builder dot service will be helped to create an object of the corresponding classes. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
See, the point here is controller is a class. The one which you created a controller is a class. Are you creating object for the controller anywhere in your project? Say yes or no? Say to access this class, I need an object of this class or not?
Yes, sir. We need to.
Okay.
Everybody,
Yes.
everybody, please
Yes.
unmute and talk.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, do you need an object for product controller or not?
Yes, sir. We require.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So where I am going to create an object, I'm not creating object in these two files. Where I'm going to create an object? I'm creating an object by registering the builder.service.add controllers. That's all. Understand my point? In the builder.service, add controller will automatically detect every controller class which you are creating in this folder by default. Understand my point? So that is the reason this folder structure is required. You can ask me, without folder of controller, can I create a class? You can create a class, but it will not understand it is a controller. To understand that, you need to create a folder for controllers, and then you have to come here, product controller. You understand my point, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please say yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no.
Yes.
Now I created an object, but did I map the root here? Did I map the root here? No. How I'm going to map root is,
No.
I'm going to decorate route. I say slash. When the simple localhost slash comes, this list will be executed. Understand my point? So this is called a decorator, route decorator. Understand my point? Or you can say this is an attribute. Two things you can say. Either you can say decorator or attribute. Have you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that this method will be collected as a route in this controller object. Understand my point? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Now, once you've done
Yes.
that, I'm going to create a few more routes. I'm saying route get product. I'm saying another route create product. Very easy to learn. Don't get much confusion. Okay? So simply say create product. So how many methods, how many routes I created so far?
3 routes.
Hmm?
That's
How many
correct.
methods and
routes.
how many routes I have in the controller?
3 methods, 3 routes.
3 methods, 3 routes. Every method will be an independent route or not.
It's sir, it's having a unique name on it.
Every method has a unique routes. So that if I create 200 action methods in this controller, I can create 200 routes. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here, what is your next point we need to say here? Every action method,
As an individual route.
every action method should be decorated or add attribute. What attribute? Add a route attribute. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
In the by default. What is the purpose of that route? That route will help to understand the incoming URL. Sir, I'm confused. What is incoming URL? Let's go above. You see here, I have a list of product, get product, all those things, right? Now here, I'm saying http://localhost. This is the URL I'm getting. Some port number, slash. I'm going to map this slash with this products. And then home. Here, I'm saying get products by ID. Get product by ID. Or you got my point. So to configure this get product by ID action method, I need to have a URL like this. Now you understand? Every independent URL mapped with a particular action method. You understand?
Sir.
Everybody clear?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting 1 or 2 voices. Remaining voices I'm not getting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
Shyam Sundar.
Sir, here second one we have a slash also, correct? It's mean by default slash means it's a list product, correct? Second one slash get product by ID. It's mean every time when we request to get product by ID, it will call automatically list products, sir. Then
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
This is called default route. When this is we will call it as a default. By default, when you give an URL, this product list should be displayed.
Okay.
If I give a get product by ID, corresponding actions. You got my point?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, now come here. Let me run the project. We'll see let it work or not. There is a one issue. It will not work. I want you guys to tell me.
We need to use it.
Wait. I'll tell you when to talk. It will not work, I'm telling you. See what it is saying. Page cannot be found. Let me put a breakpoint. Why it is not working? Let us analyze. See, I'm putting a breakpoint here. I'm going to the program.cs file in the builder service method. Now, again, I'm refreshing. Why breakpoint is not working? Now, let's see once again. See, now you see product controller is added in the service. You won't see this. Now you see here, anywhere you see product controller is added in the service, always you have to check in the end. Are you seeing any product service here?
No.
So how many number of collection type is that? 126.
125.
No, it will start with 0. So the total 126.
126.
Okay. And now go back. The moment you execute, now you can see 127. What?
So 215.
How come? It is taking internally or what?
I think we have to use add controller with views.
No, add controller with views is not working because I'm not returning a view.
Okay.
But definitely it has. It will be added in this. It will collect all the things. Anyway, it is not available. I will show you later point of time. Now coming here, the build method is happening. Did I add anything in the pipeline to make a request? I just registered the controller. Did I make any pipeline?
No,
to
sir.
go to the request?
No.
No.
Earlier, I spoke right yesterday in middleware, we need to build a pipeline. So without a pipeline, will my product controller will get detected?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. We need to.
So what you need to do is, first you need to use a middleware called map controllers. Understand my point? And then app.useRouting. These two middleware should be added in the pipeline. Understand my point? Now, if you go here, go to definition, it is a custom class middleware which has been already created. Now, you see here what it will happen. Can you read this?
It's endpoints for control action to the Microsoft.asp.com routing
It will
endpoint.
collect all the endpoints in this particular controller class. It will collect all the endpoints will be getting from this particular class because this controller is registered in the builder method. First, what I'm doing, I'm registering this
Service.
controller in builder.service method. And then in the pipeline, I'm saying add.map controller. Anything registered here as a controller, that controller will go and map with this particular middleware. The purpose of this middleware is it will go and collect the methods. What method it will collect? A method which contain route attribute. Okay, only those methods will be collected. And then use routing based on the URL, the mapping will be happen. Corresponding method will be called. Now you see it will work. This is the best thing first you need to define. So what happened? Service.add controller is come, builder method, map controller, use routing. Now you see, you will get a product control. Now you got the product directed? Say sir.
Yes.
This product will be written back. You got the list of products?
Yes, sir.
Your action method is executed?
Correct.
Executed.
So, to define any controller in a basic template, what are the things you need to do?
First, register the service, then add it into the pipeline as a root and map controller.
Register a controller. Register a controller as a service in the which object?
Middleware object. Builder. Yeah.
Builder object. Right? And 8th point, add a middleware pipeline to serve the request. Understand my point? What are the middleware pipeline you need to add? First one is map controllers. 10th one is app.use routing. Understand my point? Say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you go here, get a product, copy. You get the product ID?
Yes, sir.
What is my URL of this?
Get product.
What is the URL I created?
Get product by ID.
Get product by ID.
Get product. Simply I get a product. Now here I say create product. You got the create product?
Yes.
This is how you need to build the project. Anybody have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Anybody? Now you all understand the diagram, this diagram. You're making a request. That request will come to where first?
It will detect from the middleware.
The request will be identified by the middleware. In the middleware, what we are doing?
Registering the service.
Valid request or not, we are validating.
First point, register. Second point, create pipeline. Am I right? We are creating a pipeline or not?
Yes.
And that pipeline will pass the request to whom? Controller. Controller will detect the corresponding URL containing action method. That action method will be executed and sent back to the data. Clear? Mapping of controller with the middleware and request.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions on this? Please say yes or no. Now coming back.
No.
Sir, I want to get product by ID. Something like that. What is my method name here?
Get product by ID.
That means, can I need to pass an ID here?
Yes, sir. We need to pass a parameter as ID.
We need to pass a
Corresponding ID.
corresponding ID. So to define that ID, what I need to do is here slash, I say product ID as a variable. Understand my point?
Yes.
Now copy this one, pass a method in parameter. Understand? If you pass ID, that ID will work. Now you go and see. What I want?
Get product by ID.
You got it? Method is executed.
Yes.
Yes,
But
sir.
sir, I want to display the ID which I passed. How to do that? I simply say
Yes.
product ID dot string. Why I'm converting? Because it is a string. The one which I'm returning as a string, so that I'm using a explicit conversion. The integer I'm converting into string. Or you got my point? Now you see here, I need to rebuild, sorry. See, please make sure this is the project you are creating. Till MVC completed, I'm going to use the same project solution. Okay. Try to create the same project solution in your local also. That will be your practice purpose. In every line of code, I'm going to touch in this particular project itself. Now go here. I say product, enter. Now you see I got a file. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving 2008. I got a value.
Yes, sir.
I do one thing. Some small issue happened. Better I'm going to use like this so that you can easily understand. Slash. You got it? 2008.
Yes, sir. Whatever you're passing in query string, that way you can see in output.
That means that I am getting the value and I'm going to process that here. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions? Venugopal,
Yes, sir.
Srinivas, Ishwar, Krishna Kumar.
No,
Krishna
sir.
Kumar,
No, I understand.
Deshmukh,
Yes.
Dishma Das.
Yes.
You got it?
Yeah, I had some bit confused because I want to go to the previous session completely. So
You tell
after
me
that,
where you are getting confused.
I mean, I just asking tomorrow because I need to complete the other sessions. After that, I just keep it then complete about that.
I don't understand where you are getting confused in this particular topic.
No, I have like a little bit lately. I'm doing this one, so that's why. So I need to complete.
Oh, fine. Thank you. So tomorrow, the plan here is I want to build an action method with a list of product as a data. And I want to display that in my UI. So tomorrow we are going to talk about See, right now we learned only controllers. Are we learning any view or model?
Oh, sir.
So tomorrow we are going to do that. Okay, because if I touch that, you can't able to proceed further. It will take another 1 hour. So I am cutting this. I'll take that one tomorrow. You all okay with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
See you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.